We're back. Welcome to Musicians Hangout with your host, Crash Fistfight, the Booty Pop Moosey, and Maxine Maxwell of the Maxwells.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight and for tuning in at a different time because of our technical difficulties. And thanks for hanging in there. We're going to hang out now. I'll go over our mission statement. And we've got a special commercial pitch for y'all, too, after that. So stay tuned. All right. Our mission statement here at Musicians Hangout is to construct a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music. So thanks, everybody, for being part of that movement. All right. Now for our pitch to the Hemp Wizard.
All right. Cool cats and kittens. Has the Hemp Wizard got a deal for you? Because today is halfway to 420. He is giving an amazing deal on all lotions and beard oils at hempwizard.net. If you use the code 420, you gotta spell it out. FOURTWENTY 420. So, find your favorite fragrance. Oh my gosh, sorry, I got distracted. Find your favorite fragrance at tabwizard.net and support your local musicians too. We have Black Sasquatch, we have Fester, Walking Corpse Syndrome, yours truly, Musicians Hangout, and others and more new ones coming. And each of us have a special scent. Find yours today. Again, hempwizard.net, promo code 420. Spell it out.
Excellent, excellent. And our guest for tonight is Johnny King from Shotgun Sally's. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Johnny. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your project.
Well, basically, we are a tribute to the hairband era. Shotgun Sally's tribute to the hairband era. We didn't start out that way. We just sort of evolved into it as members changed and noticing what was working out there and wasn't really going over. But yeah, we celebrate all the great hairband hits from the late 80s, early 90s.
Nice.
That's super cool. I dig it. Oh, man. Well, and you say that you kind of morphed into that. What were you guys doing? Just all sorts of different covers and then, honed in on
I mean, it changed over time. I've had the band now for close to 6 years. And when I first started it, that was the vision, was to do hairband music. When you first start out a band, you pretty much get musicians and you've worked with before. And it didn't always gel the way that I kind of foresaw it gelling. And I wanted more than just a band that stands around on stage and just plays music like you're listening to a record. I wanted a stage show, like you see in the videos in the 80s where they're banging off each other and the choreography's going on, and and it's all just spur of the moment type stuff, and high energy, high octane. One of my pet peeves is when you see a band play and they play a song and then they stop and they stand around for a minute or two discussing what they're going to do next. It's just dead time, and boring to the crowd.
Yeah, you want to see a lot of action.
So what I wanted was just running one song to the next, to the next, to the next. And it took me 4.5 years to find a guy that thought the same way I did, which is my guitar player, Gigi. And, we've got the same drummer from day one, but we managed to find an excellent bass player who's actually a lead singer himself. And then picked up another guitar player who is also a lead singer. So we have 4 lead singers in the band now. And it's just it's everything I envisioned it to be.
You guys can harmonize like crazy then if y'all sing. That's cool.
And there are songs that were definitely going to go for that. A lot of that time era was gang vocals, but they were strong.
Yeah.
Right.
So we emphasized that. But yeah, we got stuck in the mud playing all the same songs that every cover band plays, the Alice in Chains, the Black Crowes, and, and all that. And it's not that it's bad music, it's just not what I wanted to do.
I see.
So we've managed to eradicate all of that, and now you can hear Kicks, you can hear of course Motley Crue, Poison, Guns N' Roses, Lynch Mob, Tesla, just all the bands that you don't hear anybody else playing anymore. So
very cool. I dig it. Well, you guys are really busy. You're playing shows all the time.
Right.
I see you guys are busy all the time. I mean, you just had a show recently over the weekend.
Yeah.
We basically play almost every Friday and Saturday of every week of every month of the year. We have occasional Sundays, occasional Thursdays. A Wednesday might pop up. We've got a Monday Halloween show coming up.
Sweet.
But you can be guaranteed to see us on a Friday and a Saturday pretty much every weekend of the year somewhere.
So you have a question from the chat. They said, sorry if I missed it, but where is Johnny and band from?
Houston, Texas.
They're from Texas.
Texas.
Celebrating the Astros soon to be win if they haven't already tonight.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, we'll have to keep in touch with that. Let us know, Chad, if you know if they've won or not.
Right.
And let us know if you have any more questions for Johnny. Okay, I have a question for you, Johnny. How did you guys get the name Shotgun Sallies?
Yes.
Originally, when I put the band together, the name of the band was Social Disease. I'm a big Bon Jovi fan, and he had a song called Social Disease that I just thought was a great song. And I was just, a lot of people had something to say about that name, and it's normally you would take the attitude you don't care, but you want people to come see you at the same time. So I decided to do something a little different on our Facebook page. I asked for suggestions and then calculated the top 3 and put it out there and let all of our fans vote. And Shotgun Sally was the winner.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool story. A cool way to get a cool name too. Like, what do your fans want you to be called? I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. So, you guys have been doing your thing for about 6 years, you said? Sorry, clarification on like how long has it been called Shotgun Sallies? Oh, did he freeze? Are you frozen, John? You look fabulous frozen, by the way. Look at that. I usually look terrible when I freeze. You're back.
Nice.
But you looked great frozen.
Yes, you did.
A good freeze frame. It's the hair.
You can't hear us. He can't hear us.
Oh, you can't hear us? Oh. Okay. Oh, let's get it on the screen for him to sign out and come back in. I got this. We got it, dude. Here. Sign out, come back in. That should reset everything. He'll be back, everybody. So I wanted to shout out everybody in our chat while he's coming back to us. We've got Sandra and Kelly Ray. Hi, guys. Dawn. And Rebecca's in the house. What's up, Rebecca? Thanks for joining us. I'm anticipating some more of our peeps to be signing in throughout the evening and asking some questions and chitty-chatting with us. So,
heck yeah.
Man, I'm digging the interview so far. Really, like, it's taken me back to some of the different eras of rock and roll where, a lot of us have been influenced.
He reminded me of Cinderella.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah. All right, Johnny's back. Let's
get him in. I'm getting him.
We might get a chance to play our video again. Can you hear us now, Johnny?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay! I don't know how that works, but it works every time. So,
all right.
Cool. Ooh. All right, let's see. We've got somebody in the chat. I think they might have a question for you.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, they had something to tell you. So Sandra is actually Kelly Ray too, so they're together, I guess.
Okay.
Streaming together. And I write sets to include the breaks, and we never stop to keep the dream alive. Keep rocking on, and God bless, brother.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly Ray and Sandra. Shout out to our Ohio peeps. And in case you didn't know, I'm wearing your merch, Kelly Ray. Joker's Wild. I got you on tonight. All right. So you told us some of the bands that, you are covering. Who are your main influences, like personally? You, Johnny.
Personally, Janie Lane is my biggest influence. I'm a huge fan of Warrant, and there'd be no Warrant without him. And in my opinion, he's the greatest singer-songwriter of all time.
Nice.
Outside of that, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
doesn't get any better than the Stones. I'm a big fan of Kiss's stage show. I like, believe it or not, I like their 80s and 90s albums better than I do the 70s. I'd probably get shot for that by any diehard Kiss fan, but
we won't let you get shot.
I think the songwriting was a little better. But I'm also a huge fan of a band called Prophets of Addiction, which my guitar player is in. Yeah, that's their guitar player is my guitar player. So butter your bread, right?
Worlds combine. I love it.
Yeah, they're really, really good band.
Yes.
Kicks. I love Kicks. And I guess Elvis. And I would
gotta love Elvis. Man, yeah. Yeah, the king, yo. Sweet. I dig it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Next question for you is, how did you get started on your journey as a musician? When did you start?
Like what age and stuff?
Tell us your story.
You're going to make me tell you my age now. Okay.
Man. You could just be like back when I was 6. We would not know the year.
Let me just say, I was around in the late 80s and early 90s, and I was part of that scene.
Sweet.
Before karaoke took over the clubs, live bands dominated them. You know, people really didn't even know what karaoke was. It was nothing. You know, today you book a show and you play one night and you're off to the next club if you're lucky. Back then, they booked you from Thursday through Sunday at the same club. So you'd set up on Thursday, sound check, and you'd leave everything there until Sunday after the gig.
Wow, you could just do that too.
Yeah, and it was pretty special, and everybody came out back then. It was just a real scene.
Awesome.
But you know, there was no social media. We were putting flyers on cars and windows, and
drawing flyers by hand.
Have handbills because
it was
out there
that's how you
handing
got
them out.
So and that's pretty much when I got started doing this type of music.
Cool.
I took a break, had a family, and now it's just me, and I'm back in it, and have been for the last 12 years.
Wow, very cool.
And like I said earlier, finally got the band I've always wanted with the guys that I always wanted to play with. So
that's awesome. Oh, it is the best when you have a band family, because it just flows so much better that way.
Yeah,
you have that much more of a connection with each other then.
Exactly right.
Oh, John has a question for you.
Sure.
How far do you all tour? In other words, are you planning on coming to the Pacific Northwest for a visit?
Let me say this. We also have an all originals band, and four of the 5 of us are in that band. We write our own songs. We're called the Swingin' Bottles.
Swingin' Bottles. I'm looking for you right now. You guys on Facebook?
Yes, we are.
I'm looking for you. Swingin' Bottles.
We're also on YouTube. Both bands are on YouTube.
Okay,
the original idea was Shotgun was going to do covers and originals, and tour with originals, and local shows with covers, and
Is this you guys?
that's us.
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha.
us. And
Okay, I'm liking you.
we have several original songs that we do toss in and out of our cover set depending on when we play. For numerous reasons, that band isn't really able to hit the road, but
Okay.
the plan is that Swingin' Bottles will. I can't tell you when, I can't tell you where, but there's nowhere we wouldn't go.
That'd be fun. Yes.
You know, when the opportunities are there, we would definitely be ready to do it. It's, as with everything, it's always got to make sense in this day and age because people have families and people have jobs, and
it gets
but
hard.
yeah, we have
Tours
every
hard to
intention.
organize because of those things. Yeah.
Right.
Real life gets in the way. Damn it.
We have every intention of doing those things. I just can't give you a definite date and time because it'll be when the opportunity comes up. What I will tell you,
you know, let us know because we'll get people there because, well, we know a lot of people in this area. So,
well, what I will tell you, and this is pretty special, and I don't know, I have to look the dates up, but if you look, it'll be on our Facebook page. I want to say it's the weekend of December 8th and 9th, but our guitar player, Gigi, and his band Prophets of Addiction are going to be playing that Saturday and Sunday at the Whiskey in LA, opening for Andy McCoy of Hanoi Rocks.
Damn.
And he doesn't come around that often.
That would be really fun.
So, and after the interview, I'll post the link to where people can get tickets on our Facebook page.
Perfect. Yes.
I suggest you get it because those shows are going to sell out, especially since Hanoi Rocks just did a big reunion show for Michael Monroe's birthday.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I think that's going to be a major show, and it's your chance to see Gigi do what he does best.
Yeah. Nice.
Very good. All right. So play shows all the freaking time. We know you have stories, so we want to know your stories. From
we want to know we want to know crazy stories.
We want to know the crazy, the good,
the bad, the ugly.
We want to know
shameful. Embarrassing.
Well, there are a lot that I could tell, but it would hurt some people. So I don't want to do that.
Ooh,
I'll tell you the funniest.
Fun, I see.
The funniest story, and I'm not gonna give you the name, but
okay.
We actually we made a trip to Dallas to play a show, and at that time we had a young kid that was playing bass for us, and when we travel, we're in a big 9-foot cargo van with no windows, no ventilation, you know, kitchen chairs or the back seats type of thing with all the gear in the back. And so we're playing it out. Now, those of us that have done this before, we know we travel in shorts and we change at the club and get ready there. This kid was all decked out in his trench coat and his all black, his makeup and his hair. Yes. And it was like 100 degrees outside. So imagine what it was in the van.
Oh.
And he was hyperventilating, you know, and so we pulled over to get something to drink, and this kid goes running into the convenience stores, drops to his knees in the air. GP tells him, "Go get whatever you want to drink. I got you." He buys chocolate milk in the heat.
In the heat? Who buys
so
his
nickname is now Chocolate Milk.
Chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Not water, no.
Shout out to Chocolate Milk, yo.
Chocolate Milk.
That is a great story. Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, who hasn't had that embarrassing?
So refreshing.
On tour or at a concert. I mean, seriously, you know.
But I will tell you this: every band, one of the members, when they're done and the days are over, always writes their memoirs. I might publish our band messenger thread because that's where the stories are.
I bet.
Right.
I can't share them with you, but I promise you that's where the stories are.
Yes.
Yes.
The dirt doesn't have anything on us.
Ah. Uh-huh.
No, that's where all the filthy talk happens.
It is.
The band feed.
Man, we talk about weird things behind the scenes, like, well, for instance, kidneys.
Yeah.
Fake kidneys.
Fake kidneys, yes.
Fake
And,
pennies.
yep, and other things, I'll say.
Mhm.
Some things that might be embarrassing online, but also hilarious. You know, if we
Yep.
were accidentally live, fans would eat that stuff up because they love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yep.
All right, so what venue is your favorite venue to play down there in Texas?
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe
Can I
top
give you
3.
can I give you a couple because I
Yes,
don't want to alienate anybody.
sure.
We love all the venues we play.
Aw,
oh yeah.
There
yes.
are some that have been there since day one that mean
That's
a lot
cool.
to us.
Still
as-
going after COVID, that's cool.
well, and I tell you, we lost a lot of them during COVID.
Yeah, we
Um,
did
Yeah,
too.
we did too.
we One of the reasons that I got Gigi in the band was because of COVID. He was in Greece. He
Oh,
played with Richie Ramone from the Ramones. He
Yeah.
was in Greece, and they got shut down for COVID,
Oh.
so he got sent home. And
oh,
after a couple of months, he got bored, and we started talking and doing some music together. And I was finding a way to do gigs during COVID, even though you're not supposed to, and the bars were shut down. I was
Yeah.
finding gigs.
there was
So
a way. We all had
there was.
ways.
There was. So anyhow, there were venues from day one that survived all of that, and they take such good care of us. Aspen's Bar and Grill in Clear Lake Shores, Texas.
Ooh,
Scotty's Saloon in Richmond, Texas, is a great venue for us. There's a chain of Molly's out here, and everyone we play, we always have a great crowd, and the owners and staff are wonderful. Got a brand new bar called the Parrot Club that we've only done maybe 2 shows there, but you would think we were rock royalty when we walk in the door.
I
Oh,
love that.
nice.
Yes.
And the biggest, I guess if I had to say my favorite, they're not around anymore,
Oh,
but I worked with them for 3 years, and not only did my band play there, but I helped them with karaoke and DJ and things like that. They were called the Jailhouse Saloon, and it was one of those where you feel like family when you walk in the door.
oh,
Yeah.
So I hated to see them close. They're great people, they're doing great things now, but yeah, those are some of them. But again, we love every venue that will have us. So
Right.
I get that. I totally get that. So
That's how we are out here.
yes, we have some pretty awesome venues. We lost some awesome venues too, and some really cool venues have popped up after this too. So that's
yeah.
been a kind of silver lining in a sense. Where's your dream venue that you haven't
Yeah.
played? Like anywhere in the world, if you could play anywhere, where would it be?
I would play that big tribute band festival in Minnesota.
Oh,
Oh.
They bring
cool.
out maybe 10, 15, 20 of the top tribute bands in the country to play.
Yeah,
And
I've heard of it.
tens
Yes.
of thousands of people show up for that. I would
Oh
love
yeah.
to play that.
Nice.
And what's unique about us, and I know there's other bands that do it too, but most people jump on the tribute bandwagon and they do their favorite band or a band they think is going to sell. And we
Yeah.
just decided, hey, why do we have to pigeonhole it? We recreate the hair band experience. So let's just play all of them and give them what they want. We do
Yeah.
Down Boys by Warrant. We do the spin drop they do in the video. The Poison kick in the air and the
Yes.
Talk Dirty to Me, Chuck Berry. All those little things you saw in videos, we add those into our show
That's
to
awesome.
recreate that vibe. So I think that's what that tribute show is missing. All they have are bands that do one band. But to have a band like us that goes in there and gives you a little bit of everything,
Well, and
Yeah.
it adds to a sense of excitement too. You're like, what are they going to play next? Like,
Yeah.
who are they going to?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a sense of nostalgia for a lot of people too.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It
I
is.
hope we get to play that festival. Have you guys thought about applying for it?
Yeah, we just created in the last 6 months an actual EPK that we're very proud of, and we're sending that out to anybody and everybody, and getting some really good pro video shot and added in, and so
Yeah, you got to do that.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely, you have to have that
A good EPK is so important.
It really
yeah.
is.
It's the way to go anymore these days, definitely. Some people won't even look at you without that.
No, exactly.
So how do you guys start out your shows? Do you have a certain song that you like to, have as your intro, or do you mix it up a little bit?
It depends, on the type of show we're playing. We'll do anything from a full night, 9 to 1, 3 sets. Our sets are 16 songs each.
Ooh,
So we do that in an hour. We run those things
damn.
together. We'd have a lot of crowd participation, singing back to us.
I love that.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Okay, you love that too. Come on.
not to deviate from your question, I will answer your question. But
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Please,
I was
baby.
watching some tribute bands this week, and that's something that as they have something out here at a bar called Sunday Fun Day, and it's a really, really big venue, and they bring in nothing but tribute bands. So I've been going because it's like a free show, and you get to see 3 of them. And one of the biggest things that I'm noticing is what they miss, and what they miss is the crowd. For instance, if you're going to sing Bon Jovi's "Living on a Prayer," as a singer, I would sing, "Whoa, you're halfway there," and then let the crowd sing, "Oh, living on a prayer."
Living on a prayer.
Right?
Like, come on.
Let them sing back to you. So
Yes.
these bands, they just sing right over them, and it's you got to make the crowd part of the show.
Crowd interactions, man.
So,
Yeah.
So delightful when you can get that. I love the crowd feeding off of us and us feeding off the crowd. It's like the best.
it really is. And
It is.
to answer your question, yes, every set we do, whether we do 3 sets in a night, we do 2 sets, or we play an hour, hour and a half, 2 hour straight show, we always have some kind of an intro. It'll be a recorded intro of some sort, maybe like Carmen Burana opening, or there's something off of YouTube I found called the Rock Mashup, which is just an amazing mashup of 70s, 80s rock
I love
bands.
stuff like that. Yeah.
We might do "Let's Get It On," by Marvin Gaye will bring us on. But whatever it is, we have that bring us on.
That's a good way to come on stage.
And then we have for our original shows, like with Sally, we do one of our songs, Singapore Sling City. We open up with Pipeline, the old surf song Pipeline.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And with Swinging Bottles, we come out and the guys play the theme to the Munsters before we go into our first song. So,
oh my gosh, yes.
There's always something.
Badass.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Sandra in the house again. Says, dude, you are so right about everything. Thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. I also do the same thing, and I believe that everybody should walk away entertained.
That's it.
That would be Kelly Ray.
That is Kelly Ray.
Thank you, Kelly Ray.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that. And same to you.
Yeah, everybody digs a lot of really great energy, and they love to feel involved. They love to feel connections from you. Like you said, that one venue treated you like rock stars when you'd walk through the door, like royalty, because you are that to them.
Yeah. But it's also being personable, and
yeah.
I learned it, believe it or not, from a band that's not a hair band. There's a band out there, a really good band called Blackstone Cherry. And I followed them.
Blackstone Cherry. They are so good. I've listened
really
to them since the beginning of their, kind of cropping up time years ago. God, they're good.
I have too, and I saw them on their first opening tour. They were with
Nice.
Zach Wild's band.
Black Label Society.
Black Label Society.
Yeah.
That would be a good show. That would be a really good show, actually.
It was, and what was so impressive about these guys, and I stole it from them, and they're not the first to do it, I'm sure, and they won't be the last. But they got off stage, they went backstage, they just kind of toweled off, cleaned up, went to the bar, got a beer, and walked around the crowd talking to everybody, taking pictures, whatever. They didn't stand behind a merch booth. They went out in the crowd.
I love that. Because that's what we want. That's what fans want.
That's what we do.
We want
here locally.
Yeah.
And that's important. What I really try to do is after each set, at least in one of the sets, I'll walk around and thank every person there for coming out. Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Most of them want to take pictures. They want to talk to you. They want to tell you their story, or how long they've seen you, how many times, or if it's their first time or whatever. But you just take time with them is all it really is, and you build fans that way.
Definitely, they
Yeah.
want that human to human interaction, and it makes them feel special. It makes
They
us.
want that time with you. Yeah.
So we've got David, a fan of yours, Johnny. Having seen Shotgun Sally several times, I can say that they definitely leave you entertained.
Oh,
Nice.
thanks, Dave. Appreciate that.
Well, and don't forget, everybody, to follow them on Facebook and find them on. Are you guys on YouTube with Shotgun Sally's? I know that
we're on Facebook.
Are.
On Facebook is Shotgun Sally's Tribute to the Hair Band Era.
Perfect.
Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, we are Shotgun Sally HTX. And then we also have a website, which is shotgunsallyhtx.com.
All right, that should answer the next question that we just got.
Okay.
So John asked, where do we find y'all on the internet?
There it is.
So there it is. You can find them basically everywhere, it sounds like y'all are. So sweet. We got Hemp Wizard in the house. What's up?
Hey, Hemp Wizard.
Hello,
We plug you and your half off sale on your site. So we've got our fans are checking out your site, entering that code for 50% off. Love it. Love those special.
Speaking of that, if I could, I'd like to mention our sponsors, if that's all right.
Please do. Sponsors.
Yes, please do.
Yes.
We first and foremost, Fireball. We're big fans of Fireball. So
you guys are sponsored by them?
We have a nice little arrangement with Fireball, yes.
Nice.
And we also are sponsored by a guitar from overseas called Pardo Guitars. And GG plays currently the only GG Sleaze model of Pardo guitar, although they could be made if you look them up on the website and let them know that you want one.
Dude,
that's cool.
That is super cool.
Well, and I mentioned GG. I should tell you, if it's okay. I know you wanted to talk to me about Shotgun. But
Hangout. We talk about anything and everything. Go ahead.
Right.
I'm very proud of the guys and girl that I play with. They're all superstars in their own right. In fact, I'm the only person in the band who's never really done anything other than this. As I mentioned, GG plays with Prophets of Addiction, which features Leslie Sanders, who was in Pretty Boy Floyd. He was also with Richie Ramone. We've got Rachel Roberts, who has a band called Pretty Vacant, which is a little local band around here, but they play.
Yeah, I know Pretty Vacant very well.
They're very good. And then Timbo, our drummer, has played with a band out here called Batos Locos, which was at one time a really big regional Hispanic touring band.
Really familiar to me.
And he has a Styx tribute band called Renegades that's making a lot of noise right now, playing some really big venues across Texas. And then Stevie Mayhem, our bass player, is the former bass player for the guy's name. I always take a blank on his name. He was on American Idol and went on to sing for Quiet Riot.
Whoa.
Yeah, is it Durbin? Josh Durbin, I think. Does that sound right?
I don't know.
But he was a singer for Quiet Riot for a few years. Stevie was also a lead singer in his own band. And like I said, between him, Rachel, Gigi, and myself, we have 4 lead singers in the band. So at any time, you'll catch one of us at the microphone.
Oh, I love that.
All distinctive voices. So, obviously, I can't sing Cinderella. I can't sing Guns N' Roses. I'm a Janie Lane singer.
Yeah.
Neither one of them could sing Janie Lane. So each of us has a distinct voice, and we gear the song list to those voices. So.
Nice.
I love that. Very cool. Well, and I know this is kind of bouncing around too, but we'll have to have Singing Bottles on here sometime. We have to have you guys on.
Oh, we'd love to.
Yes. So we'll stay in touch and have everybody connect with us on that too, because why not have more of your projects on? We'd love to hang out with everybody.
And that's actually a Gigi brainchild. So I know he's got a lot to talk about on that.
Very cool. Dig it. Shout out to Gigi. Well,
Right?
to all the musicians that you get to work
All
with.
the musicians, yes.
Like you get to work with a lot of really cool people.
They are, they're just, everybody says it, but with me, it's the truth. They're the best of the best. I could not possibly have a better lineup than what I have right now.
Nice. I love it when you're able to play with your favorite musicians.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is the best. So you talked a little bit about how you start out your intro. How do you guys end your show?
Yeah.
What can your fans look for on
with
the
a sing along?
epic?
With
Oh,
a sing along
sing-along.
that I kind of ripped off Kiss on, but that's okay.
Oh, well, you can borrow things from other artists. We all do it.
Yeah.
We usually at the cover shows we usually end with Cat Scratch Fever, and
Nice.
then
Ted Nugent. Dig it.
right before the guitar solo, or right after the guitar solo, we go into Rock and Roll All Night, and we do a little breakdown. If you go back and you look at the, I want to say Kiss Alive 3 album, and it might just be on the video they released. Paul does this really cool little thing where he says, "Come on and clap your hands. Come on and clap your hands." And he sings it. So we do that. And then we get everybody singing Rock and Roll All Night back to us. And that's how we end it.
Nice. I like it. Last interaction.
Yes. It's so fun.
The more singing we get.
Do you have merch? You have merchandise that you guys sell?
We do. You can find it on the Facebook page.
Okay.
We just rebranded to the Tribute to the Hairband era. So we have very little left of the current merch, and we're going to be stocking up on the new brand because we were just Shotgun Sally.
That's good that people are, purchasing that, giving to you, because it helps us musicians be able to keep when you get that support.
But what I will tell you is you can go on either our website, shotgunsallyhtx.com, or you can go to any of the major streaming services, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, whatever. And we have an EP out called Shotgun Sally Lone Star Renegades.
Oh, excellent.
And we've got 5 songs on it. And it's available on all of the streaming services.
Well, that's fabulous. What songs are on your EP?
Well, first, if you're going to look it up, it's probably easier to look up Lone Star Renegades. Okay. Because there's a couple of Shotgun Sallys out there, I found out.
Oh.
Shotgun Sally HTX?
Yes, .com. But on the streaming services, if you just look up Lone Star Renegades, it'll come up. I found the problem with these streaming services is they don't really pay attention, and they'll lump you into another Shotgun Sally's page, and now both of your albums are there and nobody knows who's who. So, but if you look up just the title of the album, it comes right up. We have our first single on there, which we have a video on our YouTube channel called Singapore Sling City, and then we have a song called The Fringe. We also have a video out for a song called The Road, and it was actually written by a very close friend of ours, Morgan Sullivan. She wrote that song and we re-recorded it. And let's see, we have Hounds of Hell is on there.
Oh,
it's a good song. And a song called Crimson Avenue, which is a nostalgic rocker about back in the day. The club you went to back in the day where everybody knew everybody and everybody was somebody. So
I dig it. That's great. So speaking of albums, is there album art that somebody did for you guys, or is it photos that someone did for y'all?
That EP was actually done by our guitar player. He took the picture.
Oh, nice.
And it's his now wife that is in the picture.
Oh, very cool. I love that.
And we should tell the world they're expecting a baby now, so that's pretty exciting.
Oh, congrats. Yay. That's great. Well, very cool. When is your next show? Is it coming up this Friday?
We have 3 shows this week. We're playing Friday night at Acadia Bar and Grill in Houston. The Swinging Bottles are playing that show.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
And
nice.
then Saturday night, we're playing, Shotgun is playing a bar in Kemah, Texas called Naughty Mike's. And it's going to be a good show. There's a big biker rally here every year called the Lone Star Rally.
Wow.
And it's like a mini Sturgis. Well,
Right.
Oh, cool.
this Saturday night, they're having their contest to determine Miss Lone Star Rally. So all the girls that are competing to become that will be doing that. And as soon as that contest ends, we take the stage and play all night.
Oh,
Nice.
that's super cool.
And then
Nice.
Sunday, Glenn and I have we do acoustic shows as well, Glenn and I. And we have one Sunday afternoon at 1:00 at Scotty's Saloon in Richmond.
Oh, what a nice way to kind of end out your weekend.
Yep.
I like that.
And when you
Right.
hear acoustic, it's not your mother's acoustic. It's not the guy singing sappy country ballads. We do our show just acoustic.
Right.
Oh, dude, I dig that. That's so awesome. Well, not a lot of people can transfer over to acoustic, so and make it really raw rock, you know. So
Right.
kudos to you guys for being able to do
We
that.
don't know any other way. So
It's hard to oh, well, yeah, if it's natural, that's great. That's even better if it's natural. Very cool.
Yep.
I thought there was another question up. Oh, he just has something to tell you. So Don says, in other words, y'all are serious rock stars.
I don't know about stars. We're
Yes.
starving musicians, if that counts. But
Oh, Don says, I so appreciate
Yeah,
like you.
I was just reading that.
oh, thank you, appreciate it.
And we appreciate followers and fans like you. So what are your future goals as a band? Do you want to do more EPs, singles, a music video?
We have some songs. Shotgun has some originals that are almost done.
Sweet.
That at some point we're going to release those. Swinging Bottles is currently working on our EP, and we actually have enough songs to do a full album, so we may go that route. I don't know. It's whatever Gigi's final decision is, we'll go with. We do have a on our Swinging Bottles page on YouTube. We do have a lyric video out for our first single, Rat City. If anybody wants to hear that.
Cool. I'm trying to find you guys on YouTube. Can you send me the link? Because I'm having a hard time.
Sure.
Yeah. Sometimes it's me. Send me that so I can follow you and subscribe and
sure.
Yeah, keep connected with the Swinging Bottle side of you.
Yeah, you betcha.
Well, and you said Gigi has, the idea of how that looks. So you might go with a full album or maybe a couple EPs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
It's nothing set in stone right now.
Yeah.
The good problem we have is every time we get what we think is it, he sits up all night and he writes another hit. So we've got more hits than we don't right now. So.
Well, there you go.
Don says share in the chat. He means share that link to your YouTube in the chat if we can. So.
Oh, sure.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll get it in there for you guys, or Johnny can.
Yep.
Very cool. You're gaining more fans as we speak. That's why we do so
That's
fun.
Awesome. I really appreciate you guys do this type of thing. This is really cool.
Oh, what? We love doing it.
It's fun. So we've been doing this for a little over 3 years. Gosh, we're going to celebrate 4 years in May.
4 years, yeah.
Wow.
And we've split it into seasons just recently because it got so crazy to keep track because we've done over 150.
Wow.
It's been like 100 and hold on. Let's look it up on YouTube because YouTube tells us exactly how many videos we have on there right now.
Oh, David is so sweet. He says this is very cool. Yeah. So
Oh, thank you.
A little story about us. We started out, hanging out online at first, just doing like a Discord group of musicians and talking about their music, their process of writing, and just, talking shop. And then my husband was like, you guys should take this live.
Yeah.
So we did, and we first started with Google Hangout. Google Hangouts is no more as far as I know. At least they quit back in 2019, about 6 months. Was it 6 months after we started? And then we had
Yeah.
to think fast, and because like we'd gained some popularity and people really liked what we were doing, so we wanted to keep going. But Google Hangouts was no more, and we didn't know how to live stream.
Right.
Also, with being not on location with each other, and
Right.
found StreamYard. So then we started
Okay.
the StreamYard, and we've been going on ever since. We've
Yep.
had people on from all over the world. When 2020's shutdown started, we took
We did a concert series.
a big step with one of our record label friends, Brandon Welch.
Yeah, from Big Wood Records.
Yep,
Okay.
and he pitched this idea that we do this online stream concert series, and we did 6 full weeks every Friday of probably a 5-hour concert
Wow.
series, streaming people from all over the world
Yeah.
and working behind the scene, like trying to help them connect and make sure Wi-Fi and broadband and everything is working and have the
And
everything
if one artist was late, then I'd have to like
switch.
bring another one up or switch them around. And oh my gosh, it was a lot of work.
It's kind of like a live venue, but virtually, because sometimes the
Sure.
band doesn't make it, and you have to like fill that spot with somebody else really quick. We were doing that behind the scene virtually too, consistently.
Yeah.
Just like
Wow.
it was crazy, but it was so fun. And we got to meet a lot of people, and we
Yeah.
actually thrived because of the pandemic. It's sad to say, but we
Yeah.
got
You know,
No.
owned.
I did similar. I did something very similar to that, and
Oh,
it was all because I didn't want to lose my voice. If you're a singer that's used to singing, as much as I do,
yes.
and all of a sudden you're not singing,
Ah,
you lose your voice. So I set up in my garage my iPad, and I just, I didn't care if anybody watched, but I did like 5 hours every Friday night of just my favorite songs, karaoke style. But I danced around the garage like an idiot. I had my fireball in my beer, got drunk with whoever was watching, had a good time.
That's
And
great.
I ended up getting, for something that's so silly, hundreds and hundreds of people tune in every Friday.
Yeah.
And somebody suggested,
Everybody
because I
wants
wasn't
something
working.
to see. Like they're stuck at home. Give us
Right.
something.
And I wasn't working, so somebody suggested, well, put up your PayPal and Venmo, and
Yeah.
if anybody wants to tip you. I was making more money doing that for about 6-8 weeks than I was when I was working full time.
That's awesome. Whoa.
Crazy.
We should have
Crazy.
done that. Didn't. But we didn't
So
distribute
we
it out
have
to everybody.
203 videos, by the way.
Wow.
Oh my. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So Don says
204 if you count those.
he says by his count, it's mazillion shows.
There's a million.
We've been on for a while. It's true. And Alex, he says the evolution of the band lineup has been an interesting ride. I'm stoked with how it's turned out. I'll be there Friday.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
Shout out to Alex.
That's awesome.
Thanks for tuning in tonight, dude.
We should do a special shout out to Gary Dover for some reason.
Oh, yes, we should. We really should. So Gary Dover is part of the Ohio family, Zanesville family. And I'm just going to pull up what one of Gary Dover's fans, Kelly Ray, has said about him. So let's see. I've got that somewhere. Gosh, is it on my page or is it on Musicians Hangout? Here it is. Mr. Gary Dover. This man will help any band load in and out. Make sure they have water or beer, whatever they need on stage. He also goes out on the road, out of his own will and heart, and blows off all the dirt that on the roads at any of the bikers will be traveling on. So Gary Dover, you are loved in your music scene. So we want to shout you out from your friends.
Yes.
That's very cool.
That is cool.
Well, and we all have those really cool hardcore fans and family members, I'll say, like 'cause we're all family in the rock world. In
Right.
our music scene, like we have our good friend Jeff Wolds, he's always
Yes.
us. Shout out to Jeff.
Dude, he's helped me load and unload so many times.
Well,
Always make sure I have a drink.
we've got some cool dudes out there too who are always looking out for other musicians, like Justin from Black Shepherd. Justin,
Yes.
so he's really awesome in supporting local music. He works hard in this scene to support other musicians.
Yeah, he does.
We all need each other through this because it's a different type of monster, this music industry anymore. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
need
it's definitely not like it was.
no. It's sort of strange too. Like, I didn't expect the Seattle music scene to be so inviting. They're so inviting and kind for the most part. Like that being said, there's always drama, there's always assholes, there's always haters, always. But for the most part, we have a very community feel to our music scene and we support each other a lot. What's your music scene like in Texas?
It's I don't have anything bad to say about it.
That's cool.
We're definitely Houston's more of a what I call a mainstream rock town.
All right.
New metal and things like that. Bands like ours, the Bottles are a cross between Hanoi Rocks, the Stones, a little bit of Warrant and Poison tossed in, Dogs D'Amour. We're not everyone's cup of tea. That the young kids. Well, let me say this: the 30 to 40-year-olds are more into the new metal scene out here. However, when we play, the young kids that are in their 20s and early to mid 30s are getting turned on to something they've never seen or heard before.
Yeah,
Right.
And they're falling in love with it. They're blown away by it.
Something new.
It all
We
just
feel like we're here to
back around.
and that's kind of we feel like we're here to bring it back. So
Nice.
we have a song called "Bring Us Back Our Filth," and that's what it's about.
I love it.
I dig that. Well, and I really do dig that you guys have some original songs to sprinkle throughout your set because
Right.
people dig that stuff, and then you get that little cult following of your own.
Yep.
Do you guys have any music videos on YouTube?
We do. On the Shotgun page, we have Singapore Sling City, and we have The Road. And then the Bottles, we have Rat City, a lyric video, and then we have a live video for a song called On the Wind.
Okay.
Sweet. So we do a seasonal music video montage. So we'll stay connected if you wouldn't mind sharing your music videos. As long as, we found trouble if anybody's affiliated with CD Baby because of the contract. We can't play.
Oh no, we don't deal with them.
Okay. So just
Good.
But I can message you the links to the two pages.
That would be great.
Perfect.
We could include you. Our first music montage. Well, I guess our only music montage really for this season is going to be the Thanksgiving one. And then we're going to start out our next season for season 11 with a music video montage for the new year.
Very cool.
We can feature both your bands on both of the montages.
Awesome. Very cool.
We can do that.
Don says, for the lazy folks, post links.
Right?
Yes. We get it. We need
For the love and laziness.
Oh yeah, gotta love it. Something else that came out of COVID, right? We got a little comfy, a little easy.
Whatever. I'm literally broadcasting from my bedroom right now.
Yeah, right.
So how did you two meet?
It's super cool.
We met on another podcast.
Okay.
Maxine's band, the Maxwells, was featured on this podcast one week, and I tuned in and chatted with them. And then the next week, my band was featured on the same podcast, and they tuned in. We chatted, and then we just tuned in every Wednesday night on the same podcast and chatted and
So for a while, Wednesdays was our hangout. That's
yeah,
why
Okay.
we named it. That's why we named the show Musicians
yeah,
Hangout.
musicians
Because
hang out.
we
Okay.
would hang out in the chat, and we didn't really know each other than as chat buddies.
Yeah,
But we got to know each other. We connected on Facebook, and if either of us couldn't make it that night, we'd let each other know. Oh, I won't be
yeah,
back tonight. Oh, I'll miss you.
yeah,
And we met up at a Soulfly concert
yeah.
downtown Seattle to meet in
Okay.
person. And yeah, we've been, really close friends ever
Yeah.
since. So
That's cool.
funny enough, we played in the same music scene, but Crash has been in the music scene here for over 20 years.
Forever.
And then
Music
I'm
decades.
originally from North Dakota. So I moved from North Dakota
Yeah.
a few years back, and then I just started kind of like scratching the surface of the music scene here in
Okay.
like 2018, 19, and then 2020 happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I had met so many people because of Crash. Crash knows everybody in this scene. So after, doing Musicians Hangout, now I'm someone that's known in our scene without really playing like an immense amount of shows, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't play a lot of shows, but when I do, I have these fans that are fans of not just the Maxwells, but of Musicians Hangout that come
Yeah.
to us.
Okay.
Play shows together sometimes, and there's bands.
Yeah. Those are so much fun.
Yeah, and we get to do the little like PR stuff together.
Yeah.
And we do some charity events together in person and online. So
Yeah.
people can come on site, get photos with us, and
Yeah.
meet and greet with us as part of the thrills of the charity events.
Right. Ooh.
And we should do a trade-off. You guys should bring both your bands to Houston, do a show with us, and we'll come down and do a show with you.
Oh my
Ooh.
god, that would be really fun.
That would be fun.
We'll have to stay in touch on that too, because as we were talking about tour earlier, I'm like, man, I've been wanting to do a tour for a while. I did like this mini tour, and then 2020 happened.
Right.
Do like a Midwest tour or a West Coast tour. So yeah, that would be really cool.
I haven't done a tour in a long time. It's time to do a tour.
Well, we talked about doing one together with our bands so that it's like musicians hangout tour, and we can go.
Sure.
Well, we were going to go to Ohio, so might as well go to Texas too.
Yeah, might as well.
Back on down to Texas. I love it.
Might as well.
That was my attempt at Southern talk. Sorry, that was terrible. Well, and funny enough, you don't have a Southern accent.
A Southern drawl.
It comes out every now and then. I'm
Oh, yeah.
originally from Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh.
Oh,
But between my father's career and my previous career, I have moved all over the country and just always adapted. So somewhere along the way, I lost it.
Okay, that's
When I
fine.
get really excited, it comes out.
That's cool. I love that. When I've been around my family a lot, or certain words that I use, you can hear my North Dakotan accent sometimes.
Every once in a while, you can hear my Colorado accent. It's similar to the North Dakota accent,
Uh-huh.
but very rarely.
Yeah. Well, friends, we got about a minute left of airtime.
Yeah.
Johnny, go ahead and pitch where our fans can follow you once again. And
Sure.
yeah,
You can find us at our website, shotgunsallyhtx.com. Facebook, Shotgun Sally's Tribute to the Hairband Era. On YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, it's simply Shotgun Sally HTX.
perfect. And he's got a bunch of shows coming up this weekend for the local peeps. Go ahead and plug your shows once again, sir.
Sure. Friday night, Swinging Bottles at Acadia Bar and Grill in Houston. Saturday night, Shotgun Sally at Naughty Mike's in Kemah. And on Sunday, Shotgun Sally Acoustic playing at Scotty's in Richmond, Texas.
Nice.
Go out and see him, guys. Support your local musicians.
You can find our full schedule on both the website and the Facebook page. And like I said, we are booked solid from now until the end of the year. every weekend.
That's awesome.
Oh, you're gonna have so much fun.
So Don also says, totally unrelated to the genre, but there is a massive noise rock event in Denton, Texas at the end of October.
Whoa.
Check it out.
Make the trip, Don, and then come see us afterwards.
And he said, thank you, Johnny.
You're welcome.
And we thank you, Johnny, and we'll stay in touch.
Yes.
See booking for season 11, so we'll get your other band on
Great.
for that. Cool.
I sure appreciate it, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on tonight, and we look forward to having you and your other bands on.
Well, thanks to all the viewers for tuning in tonight. I'm going to take us out, so you all have a good night, all right? Here we go. Tune in next week, everybody. We love you. Take care. Bye.